Hello, I'm 800 Creations, and you're the viewer, and welcome to the day of July 19th, 2023. A pretty crazy and insane day, but overall, a very good one. So, let's get started. My day started off with me heading over to Old Town Transit Center to get on a coaster 629 to head over to Sorrento, and here it comes now. At the front of this train was NCTC 5002, and at the back, NCTC 2301. After riding it through Old Rose Canyon and Miramar Hill, we arrived at Sorrento Valley, and I caught it leaving, granted, without my tripod. After Coaster 629 made its way off to Oceanside, Coaster 630 was on its way into Sorrento with my favorite cab car, 2306. After Coaster 630 had passed, Amtrak 573 was on its way through Sorrento with a pretty interesting crossing horn sequence. After 573 passed, I took my e-bike along to a nearby access road that led to a water processing plant of some sorts, and it had a beautiful view of Torrey Pines and Del Mar, which also included the tracks, so I could catch the incoming Coaster 631 going through with a beautiful shot. After this, I scurried back down to the platform to catch Coaster 632 coming in with the Dying Wildebeest of 2301. After 632, in came Amtrak 777 with the wonderful Amtrak Cab Car 6903 and an interesting crossing horn sequence with good use of the quill and main horn. But then, after 777, I got some bad news about 770. After I headed over to the crossing, I got a call from one of my friends who was at Carlsbad Village at the time. He told me that 770, due to a penalty with the air brakes because the air brake pressure got too low, the entire train brought itself into emergency. And the emergency brake setting was so hard on that train that an air compressor of some sort straight up exploded, meaning 770 in the end would be about 2 hours 45 minutes delayed, and that's probably still an understatement because wow, it took them a while to get it back up and running, with even a few other things needed to get it back up and running that I will talk about later as I caught those said things later on. So, because of this, I did not catch 770 at Sorrento and decided to head up on Coaster 633 to Encinitas, where it would have to terminate at Poinsettia because of Amtrak 770 covering the switch track at Control Point Carl, right outside of Carlsbad Village. While I was on Coaster 633, I got word that apparently Amtrak 777, who was waiting for Amtrak 770 to get out of the way, which it proceeded to not get out of the way, was actually told to tow 770 over to Control Point Far, right outside of the Cannon Road crossing, so it could then turn itself back around and continue on its journey while they tried to fix whatever had gone wrong. With this, I got a bit of an idea. I had my e-bike with me, and Encinitas was close enough to Highway 101's bike lane section that I could actually ride my e-bike up to Cannon Road and catch all this action happening. So the second I got to Encinitas, I recorded 633 making its final stop at Encinitas for the day and heading over to Poinsettia, where it would then terminate and deadhead about 6 hours later, which I did unfortunately not catch. So after stopping off at Encinitas, I decided, let's ride down Highway 101 over to Cannon Road to see all the action happening, with the fact that 777 was going to be towing 770. So I went as fast as I possibly could down Highway 101 in a 19-mile-per-hour e-bike, and eventually made it to Cannon Road just in time to see 777 reversing out and giving me yet another cool crossing horn sequence. And then, not even giving me a break, 770 started moving again, finally, after like 3 hours. After continuing to haul my way over to Carlsbad Village, I stopped by Tamarack Avenue, specifically the crossing, to catch a 2310 deadhead. This was very obviously because of all the train cancellations, so here's that clip. After I got that pretty cool 2310 deadhead, I headed back over to the station to catch a coaster that, to be honest, was delayed enough that I just couldn't care about the numbers anymore. And it had my favorite cab car, 2306, on it. So, here's that clip. Soon after this was coaster train number 640 bound for Santa Fe Depot, this with 2308 and a horn show, where the engineer even managed to quill a coaster raised letter K5LA. If you didn't know, that's really hard. Eventually, soon after that, Another coaster that I do not know the name of came through with NCTC 2309. After realizing that for some reason that engineer just didn't do the crossing horn sequence for Grand Avenue, 580 was not too far behind and came flying through Carlsbad Village not too soon after. After 580, another coaster came through with the all-new NCTC 5008 with a beautiful K5LA. Afterwards, Amtrak 785 came crawling through, mainly because it had a yellow signal that the second it passed the platform changed to a clear signal, also known as a green. So, yeah, that explains why he's going so slow in this clip. I actually thought it was a coaster for a second. Soon after, I hitched a ride on a southbound coaster to Encinitas and caught it with 2310 leaving. Next up was Amtrak 587, which flew through Encinitas with my favorite horn show of the day. And finally, to end off my day of rail fanning for the day, I caught coaster 639 come on through Encinitas with a nice little horn tap. So that was July 19th, 2023. A pretty insane day, if I do say so myself. In the short amount of time I've been consistently railfanning, this has by far been my most insane day so far. Just behind April 2nd, or just in front of April 2nd of this year, for, well, look in my shorts tab to figure out why that was the second most. So, yeah, this will be about it for this video. I hope you like it. Goodbye.